drink myself to death. I done some wrong, I done some right. Yeah, I'm guilty of regret. I smoked some weed, I tried cocaine. I paid the price of getting high. I saw my grave in a drain. I hung my head and I cried.
Good afternoon, guys. This is Big Red Truck coming to you live now. Y'all here? Like always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Got the little icons up in here to help everybody out, and added some little emojis and stuff. Now, what we're going to talk about, by the way, give a shout out to Chris Thomas out there for that hell of a song right there. All right, what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the tips and things you need to know before you become an OTR truck driver. Whether you're leasing, company driving, it does not matter. These pointers right here will be for you, whether you are any of these options. The owner, operator, lease driver, anything. This right here will go for you. Things you need to take into consideration when you become a truck driver is, number one, what is your family going to think about what you're doing out here? You're going to be away from home for a long time. You're going to be away from home, and you know you're going to be away from home, and they know you're going to be away from home. So you need to think about these things when you become a truck driver. All right. What is your family going to think? Number two, what are you going to do while you're out here? Are you going to be a 9-to-5 driver? Or are you going to be a kick-ass driver who gets shit done and works their butt off, runs their tail off, and makes money? Because if you're not going to make no money in this business. If you are, then more props to you. You ought to do great. Because the more you run, the more money you're going to make. Sitting is not a game out here on the road. You sit when you have to. You don't sit just because you want to, all right? All right. Number three. This thing is very important. Can you handle the stress of being away from home? This one is for people mainly who are married. You know that thought is always going to come in your head that your wife may be out there, or your husband may be out there doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing, or she shouldn't be doing, with some other man while you're out there on the road. Yeah, I know. It's the hard truth, but it's true. I speak the truth. I'm Big Red Truck for a reason. Alright. These things right here, that is the hardest part about being a truck driver, is the fact that thinking that somebody may be sleeping with your spouse while you're out here on the road and knowing you can't do nothing about it. But here's the thing. Here's the mentality you got to stay in. You just pray to God that they ain't, all right? Because if they are, you shouldn't be with them in the first place. But let me say this. You're out here making money, providing for your family, providing for yourself, making a good future for your family, friends, mainly your family and you. You're making a good future for them. And if they can't understand that, they don't need to be with you. All right? That is something that hits really close to home. My wife doesn't cheat on me, so I know that for a fact. But here's the thing. A lot of truck drivers, this is the worst career in the world to break up marriages. This is what they always say. If it's got 18 wheels and a diesel engine in it, it's probably going to end in a divorce. That's a horrible, sad truth, but it's true. So you got to take those things. You got to take that into consideration when you come out here on the road. That just because you're earning money doesn't mean everybody else is going to be happy. Alright, number 4, and this one is very important as well. Can you be responsible for your life and everybody else's lives that you're out there on the road with? Here's what I mean by this. Don't get mistaken. Don't get deterred by this. This is something that hits really close. You're driving 80,000 pounds or so down the highway. You can't stop as quick as them four-wheelers can. You can't just pull off anywhere you want to. You can't whip U-turns in anywhere you want to. You can't maneuver as good as they can. You're like a rolling battering ram, if I may say so. You're like a rolling battering ram out here on the road. If a four-wheeler locks his brakes up right in front of you, you've got one of two choices. Either you can hit that car, or you can go off the road trying to avoid them. And sometimes it's better just to hit the car than to avoid them. I ain't saying, you're doing 80 mile an hour down the highway and you plow a car that's, first off, they shouldn't have stopped in the middle of the highway anyhow. But let me say this. Cars will do stupid things. Four-wheelers will do dumb things. And I am the first person that I could say that. I have seen so many four-wheelers do such stupid things on the highway and in roads that I just can't comprehend. Why the hell do they have licenses if they're doing this stupid stuff? I've had four-wheelers pull right out in front of me and just lock the brakes up. Like 70 mile an hour highway. This has happened to me on I-24, right over on right in the Tennessee-Kentucky line. All right, a car pulled right out off an on-ramp. He just pulled right out on there. I was coming in. I got over so he can come in. All right, he pulls in the passing lane and just hits the brakes. I'm like, what? And then he flips me off, honks his horn, flips me off, and just keeps on going. I'm like, okay, that guy was smoking some crack this morning. But that's the stuff that four-wheelers will do. And you've got to take into consideration those things. You got to remember that you, as being a CDL Class A owner, you have a Class A CDL, that you're responsible for not only yourself, but the safety of the other people that are in front of you. Just because they act stupid don't mean you need to be. Now, another thing you got to take into consideration. When you come into truck stops, rest areas, truck stops, and you have to back into a spot, a tight squeeze in between two semis, two tractor trailers, combination vehicles. Use all of the real estate that you have. Use every single bit of it. And by real estate, I mean use every little space out there you can to get into that spot. Don't sit there and think you're Mr. Billy Badass and try to 90 degree into here and knowing you're probably not going to make it. You're going to wax out somebody's semi. Trans Am had this happen to him this week. Oh my gosh, I hate to call him out, but Swift. Yeah, Swift. Swift driver decided to 45 where he had ample room in front of him. There was like 5 or 6 trucks in this truck stop. He had plenty of room to sit there and maneuver around. But no, he decided to 45, almost a 90, into this truck and waxed a Trans Am truck. Brand new 2019 model Kenworth T680, ripped the whole front end off of it. I watched it when it came in at Olathe, because I was in Olathe this weekend. I watched it when it came in. The whole front of that T680 was gone, because the tractor trailer did not know how to use the proper real estate to back in like he should have. All he would have had to have done is pull straight forward and straight line back out. I'd be surprised how many semi drivers do not know how to straight line back, but there is quite a few of them. But that still doesn't justify the cause that he sit there and hit a truck that he shouldn't have hit it. Alright, use all the real estate. Alright, next one. Just because you're driving a company truck or a lease truck does not mean that you can dirty the hell out of it and treat it like your bedroom when you were 10 years old. You need a clean truck. First off, let me say this and let me put this into y'all's heads. Whenever you pull up to a distribution facility, a shipper, or a receiver, when you pull up in a dirty, nasty-looking truck, and you back up to their docks, and they see that, they're like, God, that guy could have just went to the truck wash and cleaned his truck. I mean, good God, there's mud, caked up bugs all over the front. Their chrome looks like tar because all the bug buildup on their chrome. They're going to think, that company ain't serious. That company don't care about their trucks. Why should we care about giving them loads? Why should we give them money if they ain't going to take care of their equipment and be proud of their stuff? Whenever you pull up at a shipper or receiver, you need to clean your truck. I don't care if it's just a little bit. All-purpose spray and some paper towels do wonders. You would be surprised. Now, I go in, I sit there and buff my wheels, I polish my chrome, I white letter my tires. Y'all don't have to do all that. Just keep a truck clean. If you can't see out the damn side windows and out your mirrors because they look so horrible, why do people do this? Keep a clean truck. Respect your property. You live in this thing. This is your house on wheels. This is like driving an RV down a road just 70 foot long. It's like driving an RV. So respect your property, please. I'm not saying this just for me. I'm saying this for everybody. Now, last but not least, this one is probably close to the most important. Do your pre-trip inspections. I do a PTI every single day, twice a day, and sometimes more than that, but I don't log it. I check my oil. These instructors need to teach you how to check your oil, how to check all of your fluids, your coolant. If your truck is an automatic, check your automatic transmission fluid if your truck has a dipstick. These brand new T680s do not have dipsticks. They're underneath the truck. You have to physically come into the truck and stick your little finger in there. It's kind of like checking your hubs. All right, check your hub oils. All right. Now, I'm going to put this in this video because it needs to be put in here, and I've been asked this so many times by Trans Am drivers. So if you're watching my videos, thank you. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But right here in the sleeper berth, all right? I'm going to say this, all right? There is an instrument panel. See how clean my truck is? It's nice. There's an instrument panel right here. I'm going to sit there and turn this light around. All right? There's an instrument panel right here. There is a toggle switch right here. There's a little pull cable, like a choke switch. I think it's a choke switch for the APU, but I'm not positive. You have a 12-volt cigarette lighter, and I'm going to go from this side back, all right? And that way you'll know exactly how to turn your fridge on, because everybody asks me how to turn the fridge on. Got your lock switch. Hear it? That locks your doors. You've got your lights to turn on and on your LED lights. You got your rear air control. You got your radio. You've got a USB port, a 12-volt plug-in, and then there's a little switch right beside it. It's got like a bottle with a gear, well, maybe I think it's a snowflake. Yeah, it's a bottle with a snowflake. Press that. What it does, see how you see at the bottom of the screen down here? See right down there? See how there's that light right here? When I turn it, notice it goes off, notice it comes on. That turns your fridge on. I've been asked so many times how do you turn your fridge on. Most people think they're broken. They're not. You just wasn't instructed right on how to turn them on. All right? So, like always, this is Big Red Truck, and I will see you on the flip-flop. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.